Okay, the request for this week, Mr. Game & Watch here in Scribblenauts, we can do that. And, Ridley. Nope. Too big. Ridley's too big.
What was that?
Okay, we can do it. Hello again, YouTube! Welcome to Kentopolis, where we all stand as one. We're going to start off with a robot today as the source object for this creation, which is, of course, another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate inspired creation requested by you guys. Whatever's most popular, most requested down in the comments each week is what we create here in Scribblenauts Unlimited. That's the name of this game. Got an octopus tentacle piece coming up. It's on the right side, got that little bend to it and everything. This character that we're going to be starting off with is a little bit crazy, but been in Smash Bros. For a long time. That would be Mr. Game & Watch. Ladies and gentlemen, say yes. Let's go with a chicken nugget down there for the foot. Notice that there was also an egg as the torso. Now, the thing that I like about this character is that we can create him just as one object in Scribblenauts here. This game does have a stamp limitation for anybody who is new, especially if you've never seen this game before. Why they do that, I don't know. I'm sure they have some reason. But basically, we are going to be creating somebody else, especially if you've seen the title and description of this video already. I sometimes wonder who actually is reading those sometimes, especially the description. Maybe you guys read the title, but anyway, we're also going to be creating Ridley. Now, Ridley probably will take two different objects altogether, but Game & Watch here, it's pretty simple. The good thing about this character is that we can create it all black and the darkest of black, so that means that we can really use kind of any stamp that we want. You know, like that vegetarian's back arm piece, that's a stamp. We also used a fang over there on the head and hemispheres, a golf ball, and because you can paint it all the way black, you won't see any of the design aspects or textures that come on the stamps by default. But ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax and enjoy, as we are now in the properties editor, where you can edit health and other things about your character. During this part of the video, I like to read background information and fun facts about whatever characters we create. Let's do this. Of course, classified at the number 26 spot of fighters in Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mr. Game & Watch has been in the Smash Bros. Games since Melee, but originated in 1980 from the Game & Watch product. His base model appears similar in Smash Ultimate to his Smash Wii U and 3DS games, but his walking animation actually was slightly changed, and he has a new victory animation of juggling balls instead of the one where he jumps up and down. Surrounded in controversy, as many things can be over time, there was a video for Pikachu's showcase trailer in Ultimate that showed Mr. Game & Watch using the same forward smash animation from Smash 4 on Wii U, but it was later seen changed to appear like the Game & Watch game called Fire Attack. This change brought on a lot of criticism for its portrayal of a Native American stereotype, which was also sourced from the Fire Attack game of old. Nintendo of America promised to alter it after hearing out the criticisms of others, opting to remove the feather from Mr. Game & Watch's head. Anyone out in my audience here today have any thoughts on this? Did you notice that happen? Let me know what you think about the character overall. But we'll put our creation to the test here. It's actually, I'm noticing that he's way too strong. I think I definitely created him. Sometimes this can happen, you know? We'll make the character a lot more health, a lot more damage than we meant to, and then have to kind of go back. I like that we started out with a robot as the source object, so it walks kind of goofy. You know, the robot in Scribblenauts walks very goofy, but we will go ahead and edit his stats after we create the next character. Of course, as I said before, it's going to be Ridley. So we got a head as the source object for the head, obviously, but a gargoyle will be for our body piece right there. We're going to be using a chimera tail piece. It's like an upper tail part of the chimera. And coming up after that is going to be a muscle, and that's all going to help us create the arm. Now, the gargoyle, it's like you have to turn on the green grids and then turn them off so you can kind of see where you're placing things. That's very important. So for example, you know, a sticky hand came up right there as well. That's all to, like, all of that is going to be just one arm, but we started out with the arm that's in the back for Ridley, because again, it's a little bit hard sometimes to grab the various, like, parts that you want to be editing currently and stuff for the gargoyle source object. They're just all sort of there together, close by and everything like that. We do keep on the original gargoyle wings, but I do want to say that you could also use dragon wings. There's just sort of two different, I guess there's an advantage to using the gargoyle wings, but then there's also an advantage to using dragon wings. It just depends on which design aspect you like, so I'll let you decide that. Speaking of dragon, of course, we'll take the foot. You can use really any of the bottom feet there of the dragon. Can be also for Ridley's feet. Now over on the head side, it's interesting because we've used some of these stamps before before, but very rarely. So like an ear shell is actually a really neat stamp to convey every part of his eye that we actually want to use and include. I love that. That's something that I try to do for you guys all the time, is what stamp can I use to convey multiple design aspects with just one stamp. So for instance, Ridley's eye has the yellow part, but then there's differing layers of this like almost purplish red, off gray somewhat too, all in there, and that ear shell can do each one of those aspects for us. We can color each separate part of that ear shell. Pretty good, eh? Backslash, that same chimera tailpiece, all that stuff can get us some of this, like, I guess you would call it the brow of Ridley. You know, this is a complicated creation. I did get a comment in the Game & Watch request for this episode saying, okay, Game & Watch is going to be really hard, so, you know, good luck. And the thing is, to me, Game & Watch was actually pretty easy. It's Ridley, I think that's going to be the harder creation of the two. But while you look on screen right here at the rest of the stamps that are going to be going into this creation, we're also entering into the properties editor, so let's go ahead and read background information and fun facts about Ridley. Joining in, of course, from the Metroid series to Smash Bros. Ultimate is Ridley. Ridley is classified as fighter number 65, revealed along with Inkling and Daisy as newcomers in the 2018 Nintendo E3 press conference. Sakurai-san, God bless him, was said to have largely based Ridley's appearance on his depiction in the original Metroid game, especially with Ridley's sprite looking hunched over even when flying. If you count Giga Bowser, then Ridley is actually the second character that was first introduced as a boss in Smash Bros. Games to now be playable. Ridley is also the first Metroid character to not be based off of Samus or have Samus in the name. We all know that Ridley's too big, right? Well, if you don't know what that's a reference to, it became a meme essentially after the debate of including Ridley in the Smash Bros. Universe was widely argued, with several fans taking the position that Ridley would just be way too big to include as a Smash Fighter's model. Sakurai himself didn't want to include Ridley as a fighter for the longest time, infamously saying Ridley would be too big to properly integrate into the universe. Oddly enough, Ridley's fighter tagline says, quote, "Ridley hits the big time," unquote. But I definitely hope you enjoy what you're seeing on screen here, because we do have our two creations. Now, Ridley's head might be a little bit big or in the wrong spot right here, so we may make some adjustments to that just kind of off screen. If you are wondering about the tail, actually, that was done on purpose. I believe that the tail, just a slightly lighter shade right there, so that's why they kind of appear as two different colors, somewhat two different shadings. So let's see, we've got our King K. Rool creation on the field already. I don't have any of the other Smash Brothers characters right here, although I've created a ton of them. You guys saw in the last episode, link in the description. So here, let's grab, there, Piper. Piper from Bendy and the Ink Machine's Butcher Gang is gonna be fighting in this four-way Smash Brothers battle. So let's see what these guys can do. We need to, of course, give them the proper adjectives, hostile, so that they will fight each other. And then I'll take away these walls right here, so there's nothing separating them. Kaboom! Scribble Smash Brothers. We got a battle going on. It's all out. Seriously, all four of them. They are actually all in it. Game & Watch now has been adjusted. It looks like Piper the first one out, because he is not in Smash Brothers. He should rightfully be out, I would say. And then Game & Watch actually going to be the second one shortly after that. Now King K. Rool and Ridley Beasts are going at it right here. Pretty big characters, you know. King K. Rool actually, it's great because, you know, I was always super interested in what King K. Rool was going to be like. Wait, he's going to beat Ridley. It looks like, yes, that's one hit away. Boom! King K. Rool has done it, ladies and gentlemen. He's even on fire and he's going to do it. And he's totally like teabagging or stepping on Ridley's head. Oh my God. K. Rool. He was on fire, but anyway, savage, and he's still gonna do it, actually. He's still gonna be just walking all over there being like, ha ha ha, much disrespect to you. And just like Ridley's head is probably just down there being like, oh my God, you suck. But I was trying to say earlier, you know, King K. Rool actually is probably my favorite main. Now, anybody that knows, I like to use several characters as a main instead of just one. Look at this. Oh my God, there's a nice head swap. We sometimes do this in episodes, and we actually have one video that I've done that was entirely this, just where we head swap previous creations. So if you guys want to see another one of those, please let me know in the comments and who you would want to see head swapped maybe. But look at that. Okay, so King K. Rool's head is obviously not looking as good as Ridley's head on King K. Rool's body. Oh my God, but that K. Rool head on Ridley's body looks absolutely foolish. So let's make this even worse. Let's make this even more goofy and ride on the back of King K. Ridley. King K. Rid, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that definitely is just... Let's get that Piper head out of here. Yeah, this is definitely a weird one for the books in this series. All right, we'll go ahead and dismount here and just move on with our lives. Here, you want to see Ridley too big? There we go. Well, that's more proper, I guess. We'll ride on Ridley's back, and we did add the adjective huge, just so Ridley would be ginormous, especially compared to my Scribblenauts avatar right there. But definitely, I really hope that you guys enjoy this content. We're going to try to do new things with it coming up in the year 2019. So when I record this, it is still December of 2018. But definitely, if this is your sort of thing, this channel's all about expanding your creative potential. We take video game characters from their worlds and build them, doing custom mods, custom builds in other worlds. Click the end screen here on your screen if you want to see another episode. I definitely appreciate if you subscribe. So I'll catch you over there on the next vid, and thanks for viewing.
I've been down the road of twists and turns, always anxious to see what's within. We can look ahead to the point of no return to the rest of our lives.